Hi, this is Gerald, and I'm coming at you from frontendaudio.com today, and I'm here to talk about the Blue Yeti USB microphone. The Blue Yeti is Blue's newest fare into the USB field of microphones. First thing you're going to notice when you look at this mic is its size. This thing is a mammoth. That's where it gets the name Yeti from. It looks like, you know, an abominable snowman actually. You can tell from the stand right here that it's not shaped like most mics. The body itself is pretty big. If you're going to be using this in conjunction with a pair of monitors, though, I'd be real careful. It's easy for this thing to have a feedback loop if it's pointed in the direction of your monitor, so you're going to want to make sure that it's out of the ways of them so that you don't get any kind of feedback coming through your monitors. Just to go over some of the features on it, on the front you can see you've got the mute button right here. When the mute button is solid red, that's when it's on mute. To get it off of mute, just press it in and it turns to a flashing red light. When it's the flashing red light, that's when it's off of mute. And you've also got your volume control knob right here as well. Underneath that, you can see that the microphone has been Thx certified. This is the first ever microphone that Thx has certified. Basically, what that means is that it just had to go undergo a series of different tests, frequency response, signal to noise ratio, and one of the main ones was just making sure that there was a consistency in the mic's quality throughout different batches, so that the mic sounded good on plenty of different batches, different amounts of time, so that they weren't putting out different quality mics throughout the same line. If you look on the bottom of the mic, you can see right here you've got your USB connector. It's also got a thread stand adapter, so if you want to take this off of the base stand and hook it up to a microphone stand, you can do that. There aren't too many shock mounts that would really fit this thing, but you can just thread it onto a microphone stand itself, just if you're wanting to use it as a vocal mic. And you've got your headphone output right here. It's a zero latency headphone output directly on the bottom of the mic. Getting this thing connected, I was able to hook it up right out of the box with no problems. Just plug it into a USB port on your PC or Mac. I was connecting this using Windows XP, and after I connected it, Windows recognized the device right away. You just have to go into sound and audio devices inside the control panel, and from there select this as your recording device. If you look on the rear of the mic, you can see your 4 different polar pattern selections right here. It's got figure of 8 or bidirectional, Cardioid, Omni, and stereo, and right above that is your gain knob. If you look, you can tell this thing has a pretty big capsule head. It actually reminds me of R2-D2, but it's got 3 14mm capsules inside of the head. Those 3 capsules give you the 4 different polar patterns. With the stereo pattern, it's a pretty neat feature. There's only so much you can get out of trying to get a stereo sound from out of a single microphone, but it does the job pretty well. If you're going to be looking at the microphone directly on axis of it, and you've got a stereo channel set up inside your DAW, the more you move to the left side of the microphone, the more the sound level is going to be panned to the left, and the same as if you move to the right side, the more the sound is going to be panned to the right. The bidirectional pattern and the cardioid pattern, I think, is what would get the 2 best uses out of this microphone. When I see this thing, the first thing I would think that I would see this on a talk show host stand for a video or webcast, or even on a television show. It's just got a good sturdy look to it, and it looks like it would sit well. And also, if you're having a conversational type of interview with 2 people and you've got someone in front of you and someone behind you, having it on that bidirectional setting gives you a lot more live and intimate feel out of the microphone. For the cardioid pattern, I recorded some acoustic guitar and some vocals with it. I really thought it sounded well on acoustic guitar. You know, it's not going to give you what, you know, a good high quality microphone going into a preamp would, but for what it is, its ease of use and connectability. You can get a good sounding recording out of this if you're just going to be using it to get ideas down, or to podcast, something like that, or just to have something to travel with that you can hook up anywhere and like I said, just get some good ideas down. It's got a nice top into it as well. I thought it had a good, nice, bright sheen to it after recording the guitar on it. And there's also the Omni Pattern, which is omnidirectional, picks up all around the mic. This could be good if you're recording a choir or any type of setting where there's multiple sound sources being pointed at the microphone. This thing's also got a lot of gain on it, so you're not going to have any problem getting a good output from it. Even with just mid to low level gain settings, you can still get a good signal coming out of this thing, so it's not hard to get a good full recording sound from out of it. And a lot of USB mics are frowned upon because they don't have that full sound to them. They always sound, at least to my ears, sound kind of flat and papery, but I didn't think the Yeti had that sound to it. I thought it did have a lot more fullness to it than most typical USB microphones. So if you're looking for a good mic to do some podcasting with, video casts, interview style recording, or just to get some ideas down, I'd give the Yeti a look. It's a really solid microphone for being USB. So for more information on the Blue Yeti and for all your pro audio needs, check us out on the web at www.frontendaudio.com. Thanks.